Hey guys, hope everything's going well. Alrighty, I wanted to do this one quick video. But before I do, you know the drill. If you like my video, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Alright, so I wanted to get into this topic of goats and investing in goats. And there's this one dude that I watch on YouTube. He makes the graphics pretty nice on YouTube. He's talking, and then you see all sorts of charts and whatnot. So that's why I watch him. It's he's a content creator that spends time on his videos. Do I agree with him on everything? No, I don't agree with him here on this, and I'll explain why. So he's talking about how it's not a good idea to invest in goats. He was saying that, okay, look at the Jordan Fleer 86 card from 2004 2005 it was 6 grand, and then 2018 it tripled to about what, $18,000. And it's an okay return. We're getting a good yield on it. um S&P, I think it beat the returns of the S&P 500, but I'll have to double check the returns on that to see if that is the case. But anyways, he was saying that it went nowhere for about 15 years because people were frustrated with the junk wax era, and then all of a sudden you're seeing similar moves in the junk right now, where you saw this Fleer 86 card go from 18,000 to about $750,000, and now it's plateaued in the $500,000 range. So he's saying, like, this is very overhyped as of this moment, and that's why I'd rather flip. That's what he was basically saying. And the way that I look at it is, number one, the market has gone crazy, um, because we're stuck at home. I mean, granted, some people are going back into the office, but people like me, that work downtown Chicago, I haven't been in the office for over a year. It's 13 months and counting. And with the delay in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it appears that it's going to take a longer time for the US government to get as many people vaccinated as they want. And obviously some people will not want to get vaccinated. But putting that aside, you have to look at the fact that you're seeing all of this demand because we're stuck at home. People are stressed out, and when people are stressed out, they get into collectibles. And in addition, a lot of small businesses went bankrupt last year. People can't travel, so people are throwing money into the sports card market in a way that we've never seen before, at least in our lifetime. And if you look at, last decade, 2 decades ago, people were investing, the rich people, they blew their money on real estate. They blew their money on jewelry. And now they're like, okay, we're stuck at home. I'm going to go on eBay and I'm going to blow the money instead of on real estate, where we don't know because of COVID, and, can I get a good ROI unless you live in the suburbs? Those prices are going up. But in the city, depends. People are definitely speculating that. But what I'm trying to say is that people think that investing in cards and flipping cards is much more easier than real estate and other assets because it's liquid. I could send a card to Probstein and he could pretty much post it within 1 to 2 weeks, and you get paid within, as long as the guy pays, Probstein's going to pay you, you know? He'll take a cut, obviously. That's how he makes his money. But what I'm trying to say is that people are going to uh, continue to invest in cards even after this crash because people are stressed out. People see the chaos in our society, and they look into ways how to, reduce their tension. They don't want to hear negative stuff, when they're investing in cards. They don't want to think about rice. They don't want to think about Republicans or Democrats. They just want to talk about sports. And, Sports cars, in my opinion, is one of the last places where, you know, you don't have to look at the real world. You could just, wax. You could watch various videos on YouTube. No one's making these politically based statements which rile people up. And, it will continue. And the crazier the society becomes, and, last year was definitely crazy, but that was spring training, in my opinion. We're going to see much more crazier things in the future. We're going to see the society, they may demand, you to take the jab to go to the grocery stores, you may need to take the jab to go to a Buffalo Bills game now. That's the latest news. You know, 15 years ago, if someone to tell you that, they'd tell you you're insane. But it's here. And we're coming to a point where our society is going to start to become much different than what we grew up under. And I'll give you an example. Like the 1990s was a very solid decade. You had Michael Jordan as the alpha male figure. He brought everyone together. Now, we have athletes today that don't bring people together. They're very divisive. And now it's a point where people are getting tuned off because of that. Some people will be like, no, I agree with the athletes. But there's people that don't agree with the athletes and how they're handling themselves. And I look at that. I look at the fact that the Fed's printed all this money now. What happens when the next crash comes? Are they going to print even more money? Are they going to try to move to a digital type currency? You know, what's going to happen? People have been losing their jobs like crazy. What's going to happen with the next recession? This is going to be worse than 2008. At least after 2008, we still had somewhat of the infrastructure there. Now, our small jobs are going away or small businesses are getting destroyed. Now we have people, getting involved in addiction, much more than over a decade ago. A lot of people's lives have been ruined because of these lockdowns. Some people say we need them, some people say we don't, but the ultimate reality is there's a lot of pain. And sure, the economy is slowly but steadily opening up, but there's always a boom and bust cycle with the economy. And, it's going to be challenging in the years ahead. And that's why I encourage people, if possible, if they have one source of income, try to get two sources of income, three sources of income. And that's how, you'll probably manage through the storm in the coming years. But because of the pain that I see in the coming future, because of more money printing, because of potential future lockdowns, this card market is going to continue to go on fire. And in terms of goats, that's when I'm probably going to load the boat on goats again. When this market crashes, I'm going to get into goats. Right now, it may not be the smartest time. I'll agree with that guy to get into goats because, the prices are a bit frothy for my taste. That's why I'm going to the stock market. But, you know, this is probably an opportunity to sell actually some of the goats that are a bit overvalued, and then you could buy the same card back again. That Northeast Ohio sports card guy says just because you sell a card doesn't mean you can't buy it again, and that's where the opportunity is going to come, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, what do you think about the goats and investing in goats? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And once again, if you like my video, smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys. Bye.